So what's going on, you guys? Now she's getting ready. Now she now now we getting ready to do show you guys what's gonna happen next. As you can see, it's already at 6 psi. It's cooked for about 10 minutes, and my wife is getting ready to take this thing off. So what's up with the indicator? You showed it, babe?
Yeah, so there we are. We're at 6 pounds. It's been on about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we're just going to do, just like I was saying, you're going to take your cooker off of the heat source.
Okay, she took it off the heat source.
Completely. So now at this point, now that you've taken it off of there, all you're going to do at this point is allow for the gauge to show you how it's going to depressurize on its own.
It's going to depressurize on its own?
Yes, it's going to depressurize on its own. And it's going to cool down. We don't force it or try to hurry it up by letting the steam out, which is what I did the first time around, I tell you guys. And that's how I ended up evaporating a lot of the water out of my whole carrots. So this time around, I knew better when I did my baby carrots. And now that I've got my pears in there, I'm just going to let this go down of its own accord.
Okay. So, and right now it's at 6.
And it's at 5. It's slowly
at 5.
starting to
so
go
it's
down.
slowly going down.
It's going to go down on its own.
Okay.
And then after you see this down, the next thing you're going to check is you're going to check the regulator, or excuse me, the indicator in the back. Indicator, when this goes down and it's absolutely flat, it lets you know you're safe to remove the regulator, which is the...
in other words, you don't have any more pressure built up in the device. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So now we're lower than 5. So it's going to drop down. It shouldn't take it too long because our the level of pressure that we're at wasn't too high to start with. So that's, kind of a good thing. So far, you guys, we have our boiled potatoes.
Okay.
So these have been already boiling.
Okay.
I have another pot back here of hot water that I'm going to begin the boiling process for this water, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this water off my potatoes, and then I'm going to add my potatoes to my jar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, by the way, speaking of which, I'm going to...
Those are jars in there, by the way, folks, that have been...
Mason jars.
Sanitized with heat. She put them in there to...
I'm actually going to add another one in here. Hold on a second, guys. So this is what I do. I wash them.
Okay.
I wash mine thoroughly. Give it a good wash in here.
Well, my Aunt Granny says wash. You can wash them real good.
Yeah. And then I'll rinse it out really good with hot water.
Okay.
And then after it, because I'm going to use quart jars today.
Okay.
I've been excited to use those jars because I haven't been able to use them in a while. So now I'm finally going to use my quart jars. I cut my asparagus down about half. I don't really want to waste my asparagus, so I think I'm going to use the tips also, or the ends, some of those. Because I don't want to waste the food, It's like a lot of vegetable going to waste. What you guys think? Tell me what you think.
I haven't even told him about the asparagus. I just told him about you taking that out of that pot.
Yeah.
Guess we can do a separate one on the asparagus, maybe.
Yeah, the asparagus and the potatoes are going to have the same cooking time. So I can actually put both jars in the cooker at once the pears are out. So that's a good thing. So I don't have to do those separate. But because this was different.
That's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, but it's, it's worth it. When you look in your cabinet and you see all of your canned foods and you see your full stock pantry and you know that you and your family are ready for a disaster, whether it's a hurricane or earthquake or whatever it is that's coming down the pipes, even with all this wickedness that's happening, you look in that pantry and you see your stuff fully stocked and you know that you have enough to take care of your family and survive for a year, you know what I'm saying, or have enough to even be a blessing to somebody else. That's a really good feeling. All the work, the hard work, and everything that you put into it is absolutely worth it. Totally worth it. So
being a blessing, just can't. How's it going, Miss Crane? I know Miss Crane know about preserving some vegetables.
preservatives.
Preserve some vegetables and some fruit.
Fruits.
If she doesn't know, I know her mom probably did it. Because Arkansas people know about stuff like that.
And I just learned by going on YouTube.
And so basically what's going on now for the people that have missed, she is preserving some pears. Mm-hmm. The pears is right now currently in this pressure cooker, as you can see. The pears have to, it's going back down. So she had to put them she had to let it go up to 6 psi.
It was 6 pounds per square inch.
Pounds per square inch.
Now
and she cooked it, and from at that point,
we're at 2.
She cooked it for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes. And now, after the 10 minutes was completed, because the 10 minutes started at 6 psi, she took it off the heat and said, now what we're doing, we're waiting for it to go all the way back down to 0. And for the indicator in the back, as you can see here, this indicator has to be completely flat. Now, why is that? The indicator has to be completely flat because
you don't want to burn your face off.
You don't want to burn your face off because that's showing there's still pressure there. There's still steam on the inside of the unit.
Oh, and then also, too, they must know that people invariably may burn their face off. So, just an added thing, when this indicator is up, it's locked.
Okay.
It's locked. I just came back to me. I just thought about that. When that's up, it's a safety mechanism. But because people are so impatient, I mean, look at me, I was impatient. That thing hadn't went down yet. So I went and pulled the regulator off and let all the steam out. So once the steam came out,
so you could have been two-faced too, huh? Mm-hmm. That would have sucked.
All this cuteness would have been gone.
Except for the better or for worse. Mm-hmm. The worst part would have kicked in.
Right away.
Right away.
At 11 pounds per square inch. Right at 11 pounds per square inch, it would have kicked in. So, now, folks, we are just about at 1 pound per square inch.
So it's gone down.
It's gone down. I knew this wasn't going to take a long time for the indicator to read down, or the gauge to go down, but now our biggest thing that we're going to wait on is that guy back there to go down.
Go flat.
Mm-hmm. And it will.
And real quick off the record, what's up with the fish? Do you want me to start making a fish? Okay. Here you
fish.
Go. Here you go, man.
You going on live too to make some fish?
I think they know how to make fish.
So, in case you guys didn't know, my baby is a fish and chicken specialist. He has a fried chicken anointing. I repeat, he has a fried chicken anointing.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm gonna tell you guys something.
As I call it, anointment.
I learned how to cook fish from fasting. I fasted last year for 40 days, believe it or not.
You fasted it?
You can see it now. But during that time, the way that I got through that fast was watching Grandpa's Kitchen. May he rest in peace. A whole bunch of videos on cooking chicken. And I just came up with my own ingredients. I was like, man, I can't wait till this fast over so I can cook some chicken. Real talk. And I just ended up being really good at cooking chicken. You 100 what you got.
So, that's a real big conversation.
But some chicken.
It was really, really good. Really good.
Fish. I bet you ain't nobody can mess with me on cooking no fish.
They can't. What are we putting for our sides, honey?
Chicken.
We're eating fish with a side of chicken, you guys.
Yeah.
Fish with a side of chicken.
But that's a separate video. That's a separate video.
What do we do?
They not here to hear. They not here about me. They not here to hear about me making no chicken or no fish. They want to see this joint right here. You do your magic. You're a lot prettier face than mine.
You're quite handsome, sweet pea.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
Quite handsome. So now we're completely at 0. Our gauge is resting. Okay. So that means that the pressure is dropped. So now, as we wait for the indicator back there to go off, like if I were to go right now and pull this regulator off of there, a bunch of steam would shoot out.
Not good.
No, because you want it to slowly go down. Because it's also in this, which is another thing that's really important. It's in this process of it cooling off that your lids are going to seal. Because the cooling process is what helps the lid to seal on there, forms that vacuum. So when they come out, sometimes they'll be flat already. And remember how I was telling you guys the way to test your jars? I'll show you. Like when you do your jars, your lid should be sealed. So in other words, when I do this, this should not pop up and down. It shouldn't make that like that. You shouldn't hear that noise, a clicking noise. So when it's cooked and when it's sealed all the way, you won't have any clicking noise. So sometimes you'll hear your tin bing, bing, bing. You'll hear that, and they're doing it. That's the lid sealing when they ping like that.
Okay.
And you can always check to make sure it's sealed properly. Like I said, by just going and simply pressing down in the center.
Why is the water in this yellow?
That's because that's the color of the carrots. It's the beta carotene in the carrots.
The beta carotene? Okay.
So we're actually going to go ahead and put our carrots up because these are all prepared. So I'm going to put these in our pantry.
Bam.
See? And like I said, this is such
Folks, give us a few more minutes. Like I said, we're just trying to show you guys the last part, and then we'll wrap this video up. We knew it was going to be a long video, but of course we wanted to show everybody. We wanted to show you guys from the inception of how to
do that there.
To do the dang thing. So yeah, so it is a little bit longer video than expected, and of course I don't know how to edit yet. So shout out to the people who said we needed to do a YouTube channel. She might gonna do that. You know, we'll definitely consider that. It's funny, Brother Adi Conley has suggested that we do that. Brother Adi Conley.
How you?
Or as we call him, the what movie was it? The Amistad African. That's what Adi was credited on Amistad as the Amistad African. That was his name on there, the Amistad African.
Go Adi.
So, folks, what we're doing right now for the person that just logged in, we're waiting for the indicator to go back down on the pressure cooker, and then after we do that, she's going to show you live how to go on and can it, and we'll do that whole thing. All right. So we just to show you guys a live demonstration.
Absolutely. So, for those that may have just came in, I don't know if there's...
I need a shave. Jesus Christ.
For those who may have just
COVID-19 did it to me.
COVID-19 helps you get your bear on.
Man, for real.
Get my grizzly bear on.
Get my Grizzly Adams on right now.
Yeah. It's all good. Hey, here we go, guys. Action. All right, so our indicator valve has gone flat. See how that's flat? This is letting you know that you are safe to remove the lid. See how that's nice and flat now? See?
It's safe to remove the lid.
You are safe. I'm going to remove this regulator so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to take this off.
Okay.
See how I remove that? No steam.
No steam.
No steam, no pressure. We're at 0. We are green light to take everything off, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to move it counterclockwise the same way that you got it on. You're going to use that to take it off. So I'm going to move this like this and still open it up away from your face.
Okay.
Okay, see how I open that up?
There's still some steam coming out.
There's still a little bit of heat coming out, so you always want to err on the side of caution. Okay, away from your face when you take this off of here. Okay, guys? And then I want to put this here because I don't want anything to happen to my gauge. And because that jar is going to be extremely hot, we are going to use our tongs to reach in there and pull the jar out.
So she's going in there. She reaching the tongue, pulling the jar out. Okay.
See? So this
Bam,
is our
fresh.
jar.
Woo, beautiful.
Beautiful pears.
Look at that.
Pear preserves.
Look at those pear preserves, ladies and gentlemen.
And you just put your, you just put your jars on a clean towel. Okay? Just put it on a clean towel and then just let it rest, because as it starts to cool off even more, you'll hear it ping. If it hasn't done it already.
How many of those? You just put one in there?
Yeah, I just did just the one because this had a different cooking temperature and pressure than the other.
Oh, you didn't have the other pears? Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So now what we're gonna
So
do,
when do you actually label this?
label it? I label mine when it's completely cool.
So
Because
right
now
now
this is very, very hot. Because when you cook, when you use a pressure, when you use a pressure cooker, or even when you boil, do a water canning, those jars, especially with a pressure cooker, because you know the temperature of the water in a water bath is not high enough to kill botulism. So you're dealing with temperature that's like 240.
right.
So that's
So let me ask you a question. So right now it's good to go. You just waiting for it to cool off, because
just wait for it to cool
one
off.
thing I noticed is by me touching the top of it, it's sealed. It's not doing a popping joint.
It's not, but
Not popping.
it's gonna concave even more.
Okay.
So you just want to wait and let it vacuum out.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're going to go ahead and we're gonna jar our potatoes.
Okay.
So
Well, folks, you guys got to see that. I mean, it's pretty much the same process.
yes.
I don't want to just burden you out or burn you out. We are gonna probably come up with a YouTube channel when she does stuff, from scratch, and we learn how to use a camera and all that kind of stuff. A homesteading channel. So if you guys got any suggestions of things that you would like for us to can or whatever, let us know, and we'll go from there. All right, love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. God bless you.